Y'all been terrific. We really appreciate you hanging in there. They really kind of softened it a little bit because we only have 22 more acts waiting for you to come out. But hey, look around you right now. We're talking about somebody got sick and couldn't make it. That's terrible, but look around you. We couldn't do this last year, could we? Make some noise. Come on, we're almost there. Yeah. This close. And there's always a bright side if you look for it. Like in my case, the whole pandemic boosted my career, believe it or not. See, a couple years ago, I filmed a TV show, but they never used it. That's the business. Well, Hollywood hadn't put anything new out in the last couple of years. They're getting desperate. Long story short, the producers called me a few weeks ago and said this spring they're going to use my episode. Which means this spring, I'm making my network television debut. Yeah. It's big news for me, thank you. So remember this face, people. And watch me on that show called Cheaters. It's a gig, come on. And before I say this next one, I want you to know I don't want to offend anybody because I am one of you. Last year I turned 60. I'm a card-carrying member of AARP, so we're all in this together, okay? That being said, I love working crowds like this because I prefer working for a more mature crowd. Did I say that well? Because I've been working too many college crowds, and if I see one more backwards baseball hat or butt crack hang out, I'm going to snap. You people know how to dress. Thank you for knowing to still have manners and decency. Another thing about seeing you guys out like this, you're realizing that age is just a number, right? Yeah. Right? Yeah, because I've been looking around. Some of y'all got some pretty doggone good numbers going on too. But you know what? None of that matters. Because you're out here doing stuff like this. That's what matters, isn't it? So you're still living life, and you found the secret, and that's why we're all down here in Florida. Well, I wish my parents could think like you, because they don't do squat. I was talking to my dad the other day. I said, have you and Mom gone anywhere, done anything? He's like, yeah. A couple weeks ago, we went to one of those memory seminars. We loved it, had a great time. Okay. At least they did something. Then I started thinking, memory seminar, my job might help. So, Dad, what's the guy's name? I want to check him out. I'm sure you're way ahead of me on this one. Yeah. Oh, boy. What do you call that red flower, long stem, thorns? I went, a rose? He goes, that's it, rose. Had the whole time, tipped my tongue, got it. Rose, don't move, Rose. Hey, Rose, what's the name of that guy we went to go see? So if I screw some up today, you'll cut me some slack, won't you? Actually, the best material, have you ever wondered where a comic gets their material from? That's simple, I don't have a job. I spend all week watching y'all do stupid, silly crap. On the weekends, you buy a ticket, I stand here and tell you what you did. Sometimes it's just that simple. I was driving back from Atlanta last week. This happened to me. It's having lunch in Tifton, Georgia. Anybody ever had the pleasure of Tifton? Yeah. I was eating at a Sonny's Barbecue because I make that kind of money. Okay, if you're not laughing at that, you don't know what a bad restaurant is. Oh my gosh, if you want barbecue, get them a rib before you go to Sonny's. Oh, anyway, they sat me next to these 4 old codgers. Every little town has them, right? The guys that are retired and they go to lunch together and solve all the problems. Well, today's problem was Walmart versus Kmart. Is Walmart winning? The leader took over. He's like, well, hell, everybody in town likes Walmart better. Go by there any time, day or night. Look at the parking lot. Walmart's always half full. Kmart's half empty. I spit food out of my mouth. Then they offered him a job. Says, yep, they want me to be a Walmart greeter. Yes, sir. Offered me $200 a week. I said, hell no, I don't leave the house for less than $500 a month. Hanging with the math jokes. Hey, one of the last shows I did before the pandemic hit was up in Pennsylvania, Amish country. Any of y'all from up that way? Amish country? Anybody been there? Yeah. That's beautiful country, isn't it? But let me tell you this. Amish comedy clubs, sound systems suck. The sound guy got that one. That's all that matters to me. And actually, I moved down here from Atlanta. My wife and I came down here about a year and a half ago, and I learned something. When you leave your hometown from your whole life, you're stuck with being a fan of your sports teams. I can't leave behind, which is horrible because I'm stuck being a Falcon fan. Yes. Are there any Patriot fans here today? Oh, you can get out, man, right now. I don't entertain Patriot fans. I'm sorry. You know I'm kidding, but you know why I said that. It was that Super Bowl a couple years ago. If y'all forgot, the Patriots beat the Falcons by the Falcons blowing the largest lead in Super Bowl history. Third quarter, 28-3, and we lost. Well, on Super Bowl Sunday, I was finishing up a tour on Carnival. The ship put me off in Belize. And the way I got home, they flew me from Belize to Jamaica, Miami, Miami to Atlanta. 12 hours in airports. Back home, Mom is taping the game for me. And yes, she's taping the game because Mom still uses VHS. You fight the battles you can win. And she still doesn't understand taping. Bless her heart. I got over to her house one day, let myself in, go, hey, Mom, I'm here. From the next room, shh, I'm taping Matlock. So Mom's taping the game. My job, don't hear the score. What's the one thing you see in every airport? Sports bars. And I was in 4 of them. Y'all, I did it. I don't know how. But it's like 12 hours later. I'm middle of the night. I'm waking her up. I'm kind of snarky and upset her. I go, Mom, please tell me you taped the game. She goes, yes, I did. So I got the tape. I'm so excited. I'm going to sit there and watch the Falcons all night long. And they were favored to win. I'm putting it in the machine. I'm hitting the start button. Mom looks at me and goes, but you're going to be disappointed. Well, it saved me 3 hours of joy and 1 hour crying like a baby in the fetal position, so I guess that's okay. Oh, and speaking of Mom, I don't wish this on any of you people, but it happened to me a while back. I got the call I've been dreading for years. The doctors called. They said, Mark, it's time. You got to put your mom in a nursing home. Has anybody else been there with family? After tourism, it's your second biggest industry in Florida. Oh, it's a brutal day and expensive. Decent nursing home can run you $8 grand a month. I wanted to bring Mom home with me, but I'm on the road all the time. Private nurses are like $200 a day. I can't afford that. Figured out what I could do though. For a one-time startup fee of $300, I went to PetSmart. Hear me out before you judge me. I got me one of those invisible electronic fences, you know, shot collar. It's great. Hey, I put a new string of pearls on that collar. Mom could not wait to put it on. Because you know how your parents get at a certain age, they just wander off, right? So now, before Mom can get past the mailbox to play in traffic, you can get there every time. Hey, some of you still laughing. That's really good. The judges back there are taking this stuff way too seriously. Now I'm screwed. Nah, it's, you know, somebody told me, I said, I need to rewrite that whole bit because by this point of the joke, people hate me. But I should tell you this right now. Mom's fine. No scars, no burn marks. It only worked for a couple of weeks because Mom's not stupid. She figured it out and clawed the damn thing off. So, well, you know what that means? I had to go all the way back to PetSmart, drop another $20 to get one of those big plastic cones. I thought I had the problem solved till Mom went out in the rain, damn near drowned. I gotta poke some holes. She's out in the middle of the yard blowing bubbles, trying to stay alive. I'm on the front porch yelling at her, Mom, save yourself, look down. I tell you what though, between that and those marijuana gummies pulling out all her dentures, I am busy 24/7 taking care of that woman now. Well, I grew up in Atlanta. I lived my whole life in the South. Any other Southerners here? Oh, really? That's rare. I mean, once you get this close to I-4, you are no longer in the South. You're either in Manhattan or New England. That's just... anybody here from New York City? By mistake. Okay, we'll do it. As a Southerner, we hate you. But I said that in such a silly way because it's such a silly reason, because we can't talk to each other. We are separated by common language, aren't we? We have words and phrases in the South they never heard in New York, don't know what they mean. You've already heard me, y'all. Reckon, fixin'. What else y'all don't know? Please, thank you, may I? But see, he's a nice guy, I can tell, sort of. Well, anyway, that's my branch of Southern Not Stupid. I like to try to find stupid things outside of the South that are funny to me. I just want to level the playing field, okay? I was doing really good with this, too. I was doing this show all the way crisscrossing the country for years, and then I hit the brakes. That's when I met Honey Boo Boo. So y'all seen this creature? Yeah, I'm not going to pick on a child, but I'll tell you this. Honey Boo Boo is living proof that Miss Piggy is alive and well and had a baby with Larry the Cable Guy. You got a better theory? I'm all ears. I want to hear it. Oh, boy. Anybody here from Ohio? Oh, great. If anybody knows the answer to these questions, sing it out. I want you to know that everything I say comes from mostly true stories. This next one, completely true. Any chance you're from Cincinnati? Okay, well, again, if you know the answer, sing it out. The people of Cincinnati, 30, 40 years ago, they did something really, really cool. Then they backed it up with something really, really dumb. First, the cool thing. Can anybody tell me who the most famous person ever was to be elected mayor of Cincinnati? Anybody? Say it louder. Jerry Springer. Remember that? Do you remember what he did to screw it up and get in trouble and get fired? He was with a hooker. And he wrote her a check. Now, when you go home to Google this story, you'll find this also to be true. He wrote her a bad check because that puppy bounced. So naturally, she took him to court. Now the whole city found out what he did. They fired him. That's the dumbest thing they ever did. See how you can tell, I should tell you, I don't do political humor. I don't care what a politician does in his or her spare time. All I care about is when they're at work representing you and me, they're using all their powers and influence to move our city, state, country forward, period, end of sentence. Wouldn't that be nice? One person clapping, that's okay. Here you had a man in power who had enough power and influence to get a hooker to take a check. Put that man in the Oval Office, he'll balance the budget in a week. That's kind of a cash and carry industry, isn't it? I mean, shamefully, I should know that, because about 20 years ago, for about 6 months, I accidentally dated a hooker. I had no idea, I swear. All my so-called friends, they knew. Nobody told me. Now, some of y'all, you're buckling in for a juicy story now, aren't you? Do not have one. No, you got to think this through. Let's say I dated a woman that worked at a hotel in housekeeping. All day long, she's making beds and doing laundry. At night, do you think she wants to come home and make my bed, do my laundry? No. Date a woman that's a chef, cooking for the whole city. You think she wants to get in my kitchen at night and make me dinner? Do you see a pattern? Come to find out, anytime she did spend some private time with me, she was taking it off her taxes as a charitable contribution. I've been written off by plenty of women before in my life. This is the first one gave me a $10.99. It cost me money. Oh, gosh. Anybody here from Rhode Island? Let me wrap it up with this. Rhode Island? Okay. CNN covered this story a couple years ago. I hope you remember it, so you know I'm not making this up. There was this doctor who had a wife that got really sick, and she needed a new kidney. So he did the right thing. He gave her one of his. A year later, he caught her cheating on him. Does anybody remember this story? In the divorce decree, he wants his kidney back. And she'd die without it. That's evil. Now, I like to consider myself a Southern gentleman when I can. Like, okay, when I got divorced, I think I had about $4,000 invested in her implants. All I asked for, visitation. Well, my name is Mark Evans. Thank you for listening. I hope I see some of you again.